And now, with Desolate Dive, it's time to get the Crystal Dash. Dash in the easiest way possible. Well, which is... it's only difficult if you really hate parkour. Well, first we're going to go over here to get the boss chest with a load of loot in it. Check. And then we want to go over here. Here, and break through this floor. Or just so we can get more geo. And there's a lore tablet down here. And here. But essentially, the Soul Sanctum did some pretty unethical experiments. Let's just say if we didn't kill the Soul Master, he would definitely be facing a death sentence. And anyway, for a lot of the crimes he done. Because in the background there is a load of bodies. Definitely on the later floors. Mainly because to fight the infection, the Soul Master had the plan of... To fight the infection, the Soul Master had the plan of using Soul Magic. The same magic that we use. We use in all of our spells. It's just the thing is, with Soul Magic, you need Soul Energy. Let's just say. And the way to get that is through killing people and stealing their soul energy. So essentially all these bugs in the background were killed into gaining soul energy, just so you could gain soul energy. Yeah, which apparently the king of these lands highly disapproved of soul magic. One, because he didn't want anybody being stronger than him and doing their own magic. Secondly, well, all the people that died in this, which soul magic was not strong enough to fight the infection, clearly. Which I do want to go back down to here so we can get scrubbed. But yeah, the soul magic was not strong enough. Enough to fight all this. Which very much sucks for them. There you go, let's work our way out of this place. Which luckily we don't have to go through that hellish corridor full of all those guys shooting magical balls. Magical balls, luckily. Which, to get out of here, there is just fragile glass that you can break with Desolate Dive. Maybe it's just making a way out. Out from the way. I'll say Crystal Peaks is one of my favourite locations. I'm so excited when we get over to that. To that shortly. Just we got some real slow elevator rides. Why am I not using the shortcut? It's just the shortcut I was talking about earlier. It's just like my brain completely just forgot about it. But it's just a tiny shortcut to get to the bench and to Soul Sanctum. It isn't too big. Here we got Zote again, which just complains about the rain. Just your average bird. Essentially. So yeah, now we've got this area, which not the biggest fan of. And we do want to get this for a shortcut. Okay, why not? So here, what the hell? Yeah, here basically has a load of these flying women. Women throwing themselves at you. Well, throwing themselves and blades at you. Yeah. Which is not, oh god, not good. Okay. Yeah, it's just fighting our way up here. Which I'm not really good with aerial combat. With the whole fact I have no wings. Or ability to fly. Hi. Oh, god damn it. Oh, come on! That sucked. That was very painful. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, I'm gonna retreat off to that bench, because I don't feel comfortable with this amount of health. Okay, attempt number 2. This time let's not lose all of it. Wow. So... Great. Great, I'm just gonna reset their positions, I guess. And gain these guys so real quick. Would give me a bit of an advantage. Damn it. I really hate these flying enemies. I'm just gonna skip to the end because I'm going to spend forever on this. If I just play it, because oh my god. God, I suck at aerial combat. Okay, now we want to go to this top room up here. Here and gain in a key. Because we're going to need the key to unlock some rooms later on. That was very frustrating. So now we want to unlock the stag station. Right over here. We can cut that down for a shortcut. Cut. So now it's just tracking with this and not using it. Which we did want to buy it just so we have easier access back and forth. But we actually want to take the lift out here. Due to the lift will give us a vessel frag. Could you just get out of my way? My way, please. If that will be... Oh, there we go. We're actually going to take the lift. Lift up to Crossroads, because that is going to make it a soul fragment able to get. My brain not working. He's so good. Because, oh my god. Yeah, basically, in Crossroads we could see this lift, it's just we couldn't open it and get to the other side the section. Now, it is open. Pen. So yeah, we should be right down there. Yeah, I forgot I don't have a compass or anything. Yeah, just couldn't access it before. What? Well, we just want to fight our way through until we get to it. There we go. And boom! And I believe that's the earliest way to get a vessel fragment. We got one from Sly, one from the Green Path, and of course one from here. Yeah. Here. I believe that's the earliest way you can get one. I believe you might be able to get it earlier. If you were to do a shade skip into City of Tears, on the other side of City of Tears. But that is not possible. For me, at least. At least due to I'm in Steel Soul, so one death, I'm done. No shade. But if you're in the regular mode, it was just a shade skip. You'd skip earlier on. But trying to see a soul frag. But honestly, if you don't feel like doing skips, this is the one for you. I don't have many skips in this. I don't really skip past anything. Especially because this is 100%. The only skips that I make are just for pure convenience. That, and if the skips are too hard. Like the acid skip into Queen's Garden. Not doing that one. One, because I suck at it, and secondly, because I believe other people are going to suck at it. Because I want this to be... So this is supposed to be simplified. This is supposed to be easy. You see. Simplified and easy. See, not complex skip. Skip. Just so anyone can do it. And it's all just a matter of skill. Because, yeah, I do want to teach you how to get as powerful as possible. So currently we're trying to make it to Sly at the minute. But yeah. This video is just supposed to teach you how to get as strong as possible before taking on the challenges, so whatever challenges you run into are purely a skill-based issue. That's not to say anything bad. Which, if you're having skill-based issues, I would suggest you go to the regular difficulty and try and beat it. And try it on Steel Soul, because Steel Soul is where you're gambling everything. So we do want to buy all of this stuff, and a rotten egg, if you want. It's just in Steel Soul, is the biggest difference between a regular difficulty and Steel Soul is going to be this room. Room the whole way over here. Oh, but first, once you get the Mask Shard in here, do we save that woman in front of the wastes? And we got some poetry about us, which I straight up leaned into to read, even though I cannot read Japanese. Yeah, but over here, we can get into this room. And there is a real difference between it, and this and Steel Soul, and that is the difference between what's the name and Shiny Dude. To put it essentially, what's her name gives you your shade for a cost of an egg. Basically, if you lose your shade, you can get your shade back. But in Steel Soul, due to you can't die, this feature would be completely useless. So now we got this guy. But essentially, they will give you Geo in return for eggs, and oh my goodness, the Geo is insane. But in regular difficulty though, you're kind of just stuck to selling artifacts. Artifacts to them is the best way. Wait. Hi, Jin. I forgot he says his own name like a Pokemon. So we're just going to talk and... Yep, sell eggs. Which when it comes to Jin, he sees metal and Geo is worthless, and rotten eggs actually worth something. So it's a bit of an exchange. Which is mutually beneficial? Sure. Which we do want to climb up the well here to get an artifact. Like, just so I don't forget about it earlier, later. And we do want to run up and grab the grubbies. Because my brain was stalling on that. What up? There we go, that's what we want. Grub Song Charm. Because we are working our way to charm notches. Which what the Grub Song does is basically because this is going to be amazing for Crystal Peak. Because what Grub Song does is whenever you take damage, you gain a little bit of soul. Which is reasonably useless, except for parkour. Because in parkour, you take a lot of damage. Damage from falling into spikes, pits, whatever's trying to kill you in general. Well, and those don't give you any soul from hitting them. But Grub Song, if you get hit, you get soul, which is so amazing. Amazing. And we'll have to buy the next mask. Which we can get a full mask right now. Take the secret way. Get lost, fly. Into Deep Nest. But I don't really feel like tackling Deep Nest right about now. We could also fight the what's it name? Moloch. Look as well. I really don't want to fight Moloch because I find him the biggest pain in the ass boss fight. He is such a hard boss fight for me. Like, I don't think he's particularly that hard, it's just really hard to dodge. I usually wait until Descent into Darkness before that. Because yeah, he sucks. He sucks. He's right about here if you want to try. I just took the biggest tea gulp ever. Yeah, but at the well we're just going to keep going this way. This way and pretend like Moloch doesn't exist. Yes. Really do not like that fight. Hey. Anyway, to Crystal Peaks to get the Crystal Dash, which we're going to need to progress later on. Which we are going to get Descent into Darkness going into it. Which I do want to say, did you buy Lantern? Because I forgot to say that. Did you buy Lantern? And here we got this guy. He's probably fine. I will make a short about different NPCs and when you can interact with them. Because there's only certain... the further you get in the story, the different interactions that guy will have. Yeah, but here you want to smash through this ground here. And keep going to the side to get the egg. Whoops. Well, we can just get that later. So, now we're in the hustling, bustling mine. Because you know we earn for the mines, even though we're playing the wrong game. Game for that reference. Okay, so yeah, which for the enemies, yeah, we do have those bugs there, which are basically completely invincible. Besides from their upper back, which you either slash up for, which is a bit awkward, and their face. He's a bit... oh god. Yeah, plenty of parkour, which we're not going to equip Grub Song until later. Oh, which I do want to mention, over here we've got a bench. Bench if you need it. Get in this room, which is the dark room. Just you need a lantern to see in here. And we do want to get the rotten egg. Egg, which should be right above... oh. Which with these platforms you can down slash on them to flip them back to normal. Which is super convenient. But convenient if you just need a second to plot your next move. But yeah, we probably want to equip that roundabout now. Now, and I can't really think of a better charm we would want right now. Yeah. And here we've got these miners. Which we're just gonna blast and start white spell at. Yeah, that sounds perfectly right. Right, it's just YouTubers have been too kid-friendly recently. Yeah, that might not be good wording. Yeah, but basically these miners, basically what they do is they have a pretty big swing, and they throw their pickaxes. Which you can actually deflect their pickaxes back at them. Well, parry them back. Hit them back, which is really great. Great. Great if you just suck at dodging. You know, we'll go over here to get Grubby through this completely and utterly safe spiky corridor. And right through here. Now here's where the conveyor belt gets really fast. And boom. There's a safer option to go up here. Okay, but that option doesn't get us the grub. Now here, once you break the crystal. And yeah, there's a lot of these guys. Now these enemies are completely invulnerable. Completely unharmable. The only thing that can harm them is spells. Spells which isn't too worth it. Yeah, basically they every few seconds they fire their deadly laser. Laser making them a pretty dangerous moving obstacle. It's cool. Ah, damn it. Freaking knockback. That got me. Okay. And I wasn't paying attention for that one. There we go. That is probably the worst of it out the way. Which over here there is a corner of a map. Essentially though, to get through Crystal Peaks, you just got to remember it's basically one gigantic U. Basically you got to go up, then to the side, and then down. Down. Just the way. And there is a way to, damn it. There is a way to Pogo to get the thingy up there. It's just I don't really know what you need to do that. Ah, nearly did. Nearly. But yeah, but usually you would need double jump unlocked for that. And we don't get double jump until way, way later on. Later on in the game. Aim. And this video series. So, yeah. But we also want to get the shopkeeper's key. That is very important. And if you do want another mask shard, if you get the shopkeeper's key and have at least 500 geo, you can actually leave. You can try leaving this section and buy a mask shard. There's another way to get another free mask. If you just take this key down the sly, because when you take this key down the sly, he unlocks all sorts of new. Okay. All sorts of new items, like more mask shards, a vessel fragment, an elegant key, and a few other pretty good upgrades. Which over here we do have the bench, which is guarded by the Crystal Guardian. He is a reasonably easy boss, but I wouldn't recommend fighting him in Steel Soul, just because, I mean, it's not really worth it. If you die, you die, and yeah, but in regular difficulty, I would suggest maybe fighting him. Fighting him due to he is reasonably easy, and it gives you a save spot for all the parkour later on, which is great. We should nearly be at the top. And here we get another interaction with Quiro, the whole way up here. He's just looking out on the beautiful mountains. Which I got a new controller now. So now stick drift isn't as big of a problem. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I recorded this before I got the new controller. Yeah, stick drift sucks. Which apparently there is an actual way to build a controller which will not get stick drift no matter how many times you spin it. Apparently to get stick drift on your controller, it at least needs to circle around at least 300 times, if I remember correctly. And there is a way to build a controller without stick drift, which is about, if I remember, 20 pounds more. Of course, talking in British currency. But, of course, companies opt for the cheaper option, and secondly, the biggest replacer of controllers are stick drift. Stick drift is one of the biggest contributors to get a new controller. It's a new controller. So yeah. Reasonably, not a good idea if you want to sell more controllers. Which there is a way to fix stick drift in your controller. I did hear there's a way to reset it, which I don't know about the truthness of it, so be a bit skeptical. But there is a way to reset your controller's stick drift, if I remember correctly. See, so I might try that on my other controller. Maybe in my next video I might tell you if it worked or not. Cheerios didn't do this with the artifact, and yeah, as I said, there is a way to harm them through spells, which I showed there. It's just, I have ADHD and I got distracted on a random tangent. I'm an idiot. I wanted to hit that guy for more soul. Why did I blow him up with a spell? Oh, I didn't need to. But here we're going to hit this. Unlock the gate. Now this is where we're going to get the crystal heart. Through a lot of parkour. I totally knew this geo was there and totally didn't think I walked off a cliff. Yeah, that was just jump. Just going across this conveyor belt. Jump, go down here. And damn it. Fell a little bit too low. Yeah, but make sure you have Grub Song equipped for this. Which to get Grub Song, you would need to find at least 15 or 10 grubs. I don't remember the exact number. But it's somewhere between 10 and 15. But yeah, it's 5 grubs for a masked shard. And God, the music is so violent. I'm going to need to turn that down in editing. Wow, that is loud. Yeah, if I remember, it's 5 grubs for a mask, 10 for the Grub Song. But here is the hard part. Part of playing with lasers and conveyor belts. We're just going to... Okay, that's close. Want to go across here. Go across here. It's just knowing the timing. And we get more soul. Oh, and... my brain turned off for a second. Now it's time to get the crystal heart. Come on, open your heart up to me, mate. Okay, we're ending off here.